Intelligent, mysterious, and manipulative. Those are just some of the ways we can describe the Oracle. The Matrix had achieved a 99% effectiveness in keeping the humans convinced that the simulated world was real thanks to her. But an unforeseen side effect was created as a result of her contribution, the integral anomaly. Yet there is still one question that has never been answered in the entire history of the Matrix. How exactly can the Oracle predict the future? Welcome to Matrix Explained.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
Before we begin today's video, we would like to proudly announce Matrix Explained memberships. Members will unlock badges and emojis for live chat and video premieres, alongside other benefits such as early access to videos and more, with other benefits being added in the near future. This directly helps us to continue to make content for all Matrix fans. So please join us and enjoy today's video. The first thing that we need to remember is why the Oracle was created. What was her purpose? The architect's first versions of the Matrix all failed for one reason or another. He created a perfect world, but the humans rejected it, so he gave them a less perfect world, to say the least. Yet they still rejected it. Again and again, the architect's designs were insufficient. He could not understand the reasons for his frequent failings. He couldn't understand the humans.
Thus the answer was stumbled upon by another, an intuitive program, initially created to investigate certain aspects of the human psyche.
The Oracle is a program that was designed to understand the humans, an intuitive program, meaning that she isn't limited to logical functions like other programs in the Matrix. She is capable of understanding and predicting human emotional responses to an extent far beyond logical reasoning. The Oracle is also capable of using those emotions against people. What was missing in the Matrix equation was the element of choice. So it was added. Humans need to believe that they can make decisions. And since this doesn't respond to anything logical, the only feasible path was to take advantage of this part of human nature. Not only does the Oracle understand humans, she uses that understanding against us. Therefore, she can predict human behavior. Not because she has supernatural powers, but because that's how she was designed. She's an AI that comprehends our emotions, and one who probably has hundreds of years of experience dealing with and studying humans. This is probably how she can predict how humans will react emotionally to different situations. She basically has a cheat code that lets her read our minds from an emotional standpoint. But none of this answers the question about how she can predict the future inside the Matrix. Well, there are two fundamental reasons why the Oracle knows what will happen in the Matrix, and the first is that she has already seen what will happen before. Thomas Anderson is the sixth anomaly of the Matrix. Zion has been destroyed 5 times before. The Matrix is an endless cycle of machines learning and people dying. It's unknown the exact number of cycles, but according to the architect, there have been 6 integral anomalies. So this means that the Oracle has lived through at least 5 versions of the Matrix. The Oracle has seen the progress of events happen in a constant or equal manner multiple times. She has seen this loop so many times that it has become a big source of data, ergo knowledge for her. So she is not actually predicting the future out of the blue. She has seen the same event play out 5 times before, and so she uses this information to manipulate humanity by hiding behind a veil of mystery and clairvoyance, when in reality, she is just reliving the same events. The second reason why the Oracle can supposedly see the future is her eyes. Have you ever wondered why the Merovingian wanted the eyes of the Oracle? How Agent Smith was able to see the future after assimilating her? How can those eyes allow other programs to see the future? We've mentioned in a previous video that the Matrix works on cause and effect, and if we can see the cause within the Matrix code, then we could surely see the results. The Oracle has the ability to see beyond space and time because she can see the fundamental flaws that govern the Matrix. She can see the causes of everything and can predict what will occur due to those causes. However, the Oracle is not the only program that has this ability.
It is interesting reading your reactions.
The architect can also read Neo's emotions and predict his actions. This is why he says please in a contemptuous tone, as in mocking the name of the Oracle and how Neo sees her. The architect can predict the future as much as she can.
The Oracle.
Please.
The only difference between them is that the architect sees cause and effect in a mathematical way, while the Oracle sees it a bit differently. She factors in human emotions. This is how the Oracle can supposedly see the future. It is not a supernatural ability, but a combination of mathematical predictions and life experiences, enhanced by a deep understanding of human emotion. Now, there is one aspect about this that causes conflict between many followers of this channel, and that is most of you still think that the Oracle is somehow a hero because she managed to end the war at the end of Matrix Revolutions. Many of you think that we must see her as a good guy because she asked about the fate of the humans who won out, as in asking him to let them free. After Matrix Revolutions, you could think that the Oracle accomplished peace, and if we were to apply common sense, how can we possibly think that peace is worse than war? How can establishing peace between humans and machines have any ill intentions? Although this is obvious to some people, we must remember one thing. Humanity is imprisoned in the Matrix, a prison of the mind, a place that was created exclusively to deceive our senses and make us believe in a world that does not exist. As long as the machines maintain this parasitic relationship with humans, peace will never exist. The truce is an illusion that benefits the machines more than the humans. Humanity must seek to destroy the Matrix, not assimilate into it, because even with things as they are, there is something more important than peace: freedom. Sacrificing our freedom for peace would be to submit to a dictatorial system. Is it okay to live on our knees because we are afraid to stand up? Could that sad state of affairs really be called peace? Or is it all a ruse? The Oracle insinuates to let humans decide if they want out, as in giving them the choice. But we've already seen this before, haven't we? Neo chose to wake up. He was removed from the Matrix, but wasn't killed by the machines. He was just, well, flushed out into the real world. But this doesn't make sense. It's as if the red pill that Neo consumed sent a false signal to the Matrix to make it seem that he died. Remember that Morpheus mentioned that the people who died in the Matrix were liquefied and recycled to feed the living.
Watch them liquefy the dead so they could be fed intravenously to the living.
So why wasn't Neo recycled? The answer to that question is pretty obvious. The machines knew that Neo was alive. They just let him go. The city of Zion, and subsequently the Resistance, are also part of the Matrix. Not as part of the simulation itself, but a component of the same system of control. The fact that the Oracle tells the Architect to let those who choose to be free be freed is nothing new. In fact, it's all part of the same plan that has worked 5 and now 6 times already. Making a truce with an invisible dictatorship that has controlled and oppressed humanity for years is not peace. Humans are still at a clear disadvantage in the Matrix. One day they will have to confront the system. They must never stop fighting. Another thing that proves that this so-called peace is just an illusion is The Matrix 4. The existence of this film proves that little or nothing has changed. So think twice before claiming that the Oracle is an ally. The Oracle is not inherently bad because she cannot literally choose to be good or evil. She's bad because she's a part of the system of control. It is said that sometimes the villain is the hero within their own world. That is, what the Oracle is to the machines is a champion of the Matrix, but an enemy of mankind. But do you agree? Can the Oracle really see into the future? Or is it just a hoax? Is she a hero or a villain? For Matrix Explained, please leave a like and subscribe. And thank you for visiting the Desert of the Real.